Hello everybody and welcome to the Sunday wrap for today, January 4th, 2015. I'm going to have to make sure I remember to change my thumbnail. I'll probably forget. Hope you guys had a fantastic week. I know I did, and this week is, well, I'm late. I'm late by a couple of days. I'm usually doing this as a Friday wrap, but it's been hectic, let's put it that way. Channel-wise, it's been hectic, and there's a number of reasons for that, all of which we'll be discussing. So first and foremost, as always, D&D stuff. We will be picking up D&D again next Thursday, so I'll have more updates for you starting on the next week's vlog. I'm excited to be playing again. It's been a while since we've played, and I'm curious how the first session after about a month away is going to go. Holidays tend to get the better of us. And then we'll be playing for about 2 weeks, and then we have to take time off again because I'm going to be traveling. I'm heading off to Sweden come February 11th. And then before that, I think a couple other of my friends are heading out to do stuff. So we'll only be able to play for a couple of weeks before we have to stop for another little bit of a break. But I'm excited to play nonetheless and get a little bit of game time in. I miss my D&D. That's all there is as far as that's concerned. So let's just get right to the channel stuff. So it's been actually kind of crazy. I'm going to pop up in my numbers. I'm assuming most of this has to do with holidays, but growth on the channel has been exponential. Probably it has been the most growth I have ever seen on the channel, bar none. We have for the past, let's take a look here. Let's pop up in our monthly statistics since a little bit before Christmas, right around the 14th of December. We hit around 300 subscribers a day, maybe a little bit more than that for like a week. And then we jumped to 500 subscribers a day, and we've been on 500 every single day, with yesterday hitting a high of 662. So for me, that's kind of panic inducing because I know, A, that those numbers are not going to stick around for long. Once kids go back to school, I expect them to dip again. I'll give you an update on that next week. But with so many new people coming in, I kind of feel this pressure to provide varied and new content as much as possible so I can show, just kind of show as many games as I can. And I know that's not something I'm going to be able to do because I can't just show a new game every day, but it has inspired me to kind of go back and do some new things, such as Under the Hood, which is a new series on my channel. I'm sorry I keep reaching over here. There it is. Some Kerry hair just kind of stuck on my neck. So yeah, that inspired me to do Under the Hood, which is a Judge Mathis-like series, but specifically for early access games. And to bring back Judge Mathis, which should be back today. It's kind of bring back these first impressions series, just so people can see as many new games as possible without me having to do a full series on them. And to be honest with you, I missed doing Judge Mathis in the first place. The reason I stopped doing Judge Mathis, in case you're curious, is because it ended up being easier and ended up providing better feedback from viewers to just do a Let's Play series of a game that I enjoyed. A lot of what I do is, for the entertainment of people, and if I could, basically what I could do, and it boils down to this, spend 2 hours, 3 hours playing a game, then doing 2 or 3 different videos of Judge Mathis until I find the right one to put up, which is the way I do it, because I want to make sure I'm as clear and concise as possible when trying to describe a game. Or if I really like the game, I could have just done a Let's Play series on it and do those initial 2 hours of research on camera as I'm playing the game. For instance, Legend of Grimrock 2 is a really good example of that. It's a game that I could have put like 10 hours into before doing a video on it, but instead I did a series on it, which is ending today. And it ended up being easier for me, not taking up as much time and still seeing very similar numbers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back Judge Mathis, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. It's still going to be Judge Mathis, and you probably won't notice a difference, but I'm going to keep it for games that I'm almost certain I will not do a series on. There might be the occasional exception, but unless I plan on doing, let me rephrase that. Anything I do a Judge Mathis on, there's a good chance I probably won't do a series on it and just leave it as the one-off video. Who knows? We'll see. That could change. It depends on the game, I guess, put it that way. But that's going to be the focus of Judge Mathis. And you'll probably see a lot more Under the Hood stuff with early access games that grab my attention but aren't quite ready for a series or aren't quite ready for public consumption, at least in my opinion. And that was what Subnautica fell under. I think it's a game that will be really good for a series and be a really good purchase later on down the line. But as it stands right now, it's in the earliest of early access and it's not quite there yet for consumer consumption. But I have faith that is one of the few early access games that will deserve your purchase when it does eventually release. But that's where that's coming from. So the growth has actually put a little bit more stress, I guess, for me to produce new content as far as the channel goes, which is great. Barring that, I'm also trying to stream a little bit more. Again, I will never have a schedule for streaming, but with Elite Dangerous, it's a game I want to play, but I don't want to do too many videos on because it is so time consuming. So streaming is going to be where that was. And we actually hit like almost 600 concurrent viewers on my last stream, which is kind of crazy and awesome. So I'm happy about that. Thank everybody for showing up. And if you haven't, if you haven't watched me and you're curious, apologize, got to reach down here. And if you're curious about it, there is always a link in every one of my videos to all my social media stuff, including Twitch. So if you just go down here, hit show more, there should be a link to my Twitch. You can hit follow, and you can be notified when I go live on Twitch a little bit more. Other than that, we are barreling towards 100,000 subscribers. I am excited. I'm nervous. I'm all kinds of things for it. I'm ready for it. Let's put it that way. And I'm looking forward to seeing what cool and exciting things 2015 is going to bring. 2015 is going to be a hopefully record year for the channel and for you guys. So I'm very excited to see what's going to end up coming from it. I hope you guys are excited for an awesome year. And that's it, man. That's all I've got. Not a lot more to discuss other than, hey, I got to go do some more videos for you guys. But I hope you have a fantastic next week, and I will see you all next Friday. Bye-bye.